The boxing world is buzzing with anticipation for a potential super fight between Terence "Bud" Crawford and Canelo Alvarez, a matchup that has sparked intense debate among fans, fighters, and analysts. Scheduled for September 12, 2025, this clash pits two of the sport's most celebrated figures against each other, each bringing a unique set of skills, experiences, and legacies to the ring. Crawford, widely regarded as one of the best pound-for-pound boxers in the world, is stepping up to challenge Canelo, a dominant force at 168 pounds and a multi-division champion. The fight represents a collision of contrasting styles, weight classes, and philosophies, making it one of the most intriguing bouts in recent memory. This matchup isn't just about belts or bragging rights. It's about legacy, ambition, and the pursuit of greatness. The debate over who would win this hypothetical 12-round fight is fueled by the distinct attributes each fighter brings to the table. Crawford, known for his technical brilliance, adaptability, and ring IQ, has dominated opponents across multiple weight classes, from lightweight to welterweight, and now moving up to face the super middleweight kingpin, Canelo. His ability to switch stances, control distance, and land precise counterpunches has made him a nightmare for opponents. Many in the boxing community, including former fighters and trainers, believe Crawford's skill set could pose a unique challenge to Canelo, despite the significant weight difference. Canelo, on the other hand, is a seasoned champion whose resume includes victories over some of the biggest names in boxing. His combination of power, durability, and ring craft has solidified his status as a global superstar. However, critics point to a potential vulnerability: Canelo's tendency to absorb clean shots under pressure. Fighters like Amir Khan, who have faced both men, highlight this contrast. Khan notes that while Canelo is incredibly strong and hits hard, he's easier to hit compared to Crawford, who Khan describes as nearly untouchable in the ring. Crawford's defensive genius, coupled with his ability to control the pace without taking significant damage, makes him a formidable opponent, even at a higher weight class. Israil Madrimov, who has shared the ring with Crawford, adds credibility to the argument for Crawford's dominance in a 12-round bout. Having experienced Crawford's tactical mastery firsthand, Madrimov believes that Crawford's endurance, precision, and adaptability would gradually dismantle Canelo's aggressive offense over the course of a long fight. Madrimov's perspective carries weight because he's felt Crawford's pace and pressure inside the ring, qualities that are difficult to quantify but critical in high-stakes matchups. He suggests that Crawford's ability to stay composed and execute his game plan over 12 rounds could be the deciding factor. The weight difference is a central point of discussion. Canelo has been a natural 168-pounder for years, while Crawford is moving up from 147 and 154 pounds. Some argue that Canelo's size and power would be too much for Crawford, especially if the fight ends in a knockout. Antonio Gates, a former athlete turned boxing enthusiast, acknowledges Canelo's strength but still picks Crawford to win, citing his superior speed, technique, and ring IQ. Gates believes Crawford's dominance across weight classes proves he's a rare talent capable of overcoming physical disadvantages. Similarly, Shakur Stevenson, a rising star in the sport, dismisses concerns about Crawford's size, noting that Crawford is not as small as people think. Stevenson points out that Crawford's physical presence and strength are often underestimated, and he believes Crawford's skill gap over Canelo is too wide for the Mexican star to overcome. Veteran trainer Teddy Atlas provides a deeper analysis, focusing on the intangibles that define greatness. Atlas argues that Crawford possesses a unique combination of focus, execution under pressure, and an internal drive that sets him apart. While Canelo is a tremendous fighter with an impressive resume, Atlas suggests he might be slightly overrated, particularly when compared to Crawford's special qualities. Atlas emphasizes that Crawford's desire and mental makeup, forged through years of overcoming challenges, give him an edge that could tip the scales in a fight of this magnitude. The visual contrast between the two fighters during their face-off has also surprised observers. Despite Canelo's longer tenure at higher weights, the size disparity between him and Crawford appears minimal. Crawford, who is methodically preparing for this challenge, has tailored his conditioning to compete at 168 pounds. Unlike fighters who leap weight classes impulsively, Crawford's approach is calculated, ensuring he's not just stepping up in weight but also in readiness. This preparation is critical, as Canelo is not a typical 168-pounder. Having moved up through multiple weight classes himself, Canelo is often the smaller man in his division, which reduces the perceived size advantage he might have over Crawford. Boxing legends like Alexander Usyk, who has mastered the art of neutralizing size advantages, lean toward Crawford due to his technical brilliance. Usyk's own success against larger opponents informs his belief that skill can outweigh physical mass. He highlights Crawford's sharpness, feints, timing, and ability to switch stances as tools that could frustrate Canelo's more static, predictable style. Usyk's perspective is particularly compelling given his track record of defying the odds against bigger fighters like Tyson Fury. Mike Tyson, however, offers a balanced view that tempers admiration with caution. He praises Crawford's cerebral movement, laser-sharp timing, and in-fight adaptability but warns that moving up to a heavier division comes with risks. Tyson understands the brutal realities of boxing, where absorbing bigger shots can change the dynamics of a fight. While he supports Crawford and believes in his ability to compete, Tyson questions whether the physical toll of facing Canelo's power might be too much, especially if the fight becomes a war of attrition. Andre Ward, another voice of authority, emphasizes Crawford's psychological toughness as his greatest asset. Ward, who knows what it takes to win big fights and move up in weight, sees Crawford's calm under pressure and calculated execution as defining factors. He argues that no one has yet proven they can break Crawford's will or outsmart him in the ring. Ward's confidence in Crawford is not a slight against Canelo but a testament to Crawford's ability to rise to the occasion in defining moments. Nonito Donaire focuses on Crawford's underappreciated footwork, which he believes could neutralize Canelo's flat-footed pressure. Donaire envisions Crawford keeping Canelo off balance, forcing him to miss and reset, tasks Canelo struggles with against elusive opponents. This mobility, combined with Crawford's offensive control, could be the key to outpointing Canelo over 12 rounds, provided Crawford avoids the Mexican's devastating power shots. Dimitri Bivol, one of the few fighters to defeat Canelo, adds another layer to the conversation. Bivol views Crawford as a legitimate threat due to his speed, reaction time, and defensive awareness. While acknowledging the weight difference, Bivol believes Crawford's champion mentality and adaptability make him a unique challenge. Unlike Canelo's previous opponents, who often allowed him to dictate the pace, Bivol expects Crawford to be more active and disruptive, making it harder for Canelo to impose his will. The boxing community is divided, with some favoring Canelo's proven power and experience at 168 pounds and others backing Crawford's technical mastery and versatility. Rolly Romero, known for his straightforward opinions, puts his money on Crawford, citing his superior timing, fluid footwork, and counterpunching as the perfect counter to Canelo's aggressive style. Romero's confidence is rooted in observation rather than fanfare, reflecting a growing sentiment that Crawford's precision could be Canelo's kryptonite. Sports journalist Ariel Helwani introduces another angle, pointing out Canelo's aging physical attributes. As Canelo slows down, Crawford appears to be peaking, both in skill and in comfort at a higher weight. Helwani emphasizes Crawford's ambidextrous style, which could confuse and frustrate a less agile Canelo. He predicts a highly competitive fight shaped by timing and intelligence, with Crawford's adaptability giving him an edge. David Benavidez adds strategic intrigue, acknowledging Canelo's dominance but refusing to count Crawford out. Benavidez sees Crawford's work ethic and mental fortitude as intangible factors that could shift the narrative. To him, it's not just about physical tools but about mindset, and in that department, Crawford excels. Benavidez gives Crawford a high chance of winning, estimating a 7 out of 10, a bold prediction that underscores the respect Crawford commands. The fight's significance extends beyond the ring. For Crawford, it's a mission to test the limits of his craft and carve his name into boxing history. Taking on a bigger, more experienced champion like Canelo is about more than proving critics wrong, it's about defining greatness. Crawford himself dismisses concerns about the weight difference, noting that Canelo is often the smaller man in his division. He believes his height and reach could neutralize any size advantage, and his confidence is palpable. Crawford sees this as the best fight in boxing, a clash of two first ballot Hall of Famers that will captivate fans worldwide. The matchup has been fueled by Saudi investment, which has helped bring this dream fight to fruition. Unlike many high-profile boxing matches that fail to materialize, this bout is a rare example of the best fighting the best. Fans have long awaited a showdown of this magnitude, comparable to Manny Pacquiao versus Floyd Mayweather in their primes. The excitement is palpable, with analysts like Ariel Helwani comparing it to the biggest boxing events of the past decade. The debate over the outcome hinges on several factors: Canelo's power versus Crawford's precision, the weight difference versus Crawford's adaptability, and Canelo's experience versus Crawford's mental toughness. Some believe Canelo's strength and durability would lead to a knockout, particularly if he lands his signature body shots or uppercuts. Others argue that Crawford's defensive wizardry and ability to outpoint opponents over 12 rounds make him the favorite in a decision. The 50-50 nature of the predictions reflects the uncertainty and excitement surrounding the fight. Crawford's journey to this point has been marked by dominance and versatility. His ability to conquer multiple weight classes while maintaining an undefeated record speaks to his rare talent. Fighters like Shakur Stevenson, who has trained alongside Crawford, believe he's the greatest of his era, a sentiment echoed by many in the boxing community. Crawford's fights against Errol Spence Jr. and David Avanesian showcased his ability to adapt and dominate, even against awkward or powerful opponents. These performances have fueled the belief that he can handle Canelo, despite the challenges of moving up 2 weight classes. Canelo, however, remains a formidable obstacle. His victories over Gennady Golovkin, Callum Smith, and Billy Joe Saunders demonstrate his ability to handle elite competition. Yet, his loss to Dmitry Bivol exposed vulnerabilities, particularly against fighters with superior movement and boxing IQ. Crawford's style, fluid, unpredictable, and defensively sound, could exploit those weaknesses, but only if he can withstand Canelo's relentless pressure and power. The fight's outcome may ultimately come down to execution. Can Crawford maintain his composure and stick to his game plan under Canelo's pressure? Can Canelo close the distance and land the kind of shots that have felled lesser opponents? These questions will be answered on September 12, 2025, in a bout that promises to be a defining moment for both fighters. For fans, this fight is a rare treat, a clash of titans that transcends divisions and eras. It's a reminder of why boxing remains one of the most compelling sports, where skill, heart, and strategy collide in unpredictable ways. Whether Crawford emerges as the new face of the sport or Canelo solidifies his legacy, this super fight will be remembered as a historic moment in boxing. As the countdown to September continues, the anticipation builds, and the world waits to see who will rise to the occasion.